You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
He does all the favors. I would have killed him myself.
We have updates on everything you need to know about the Charlie Kirk situation from the past 24 hours. The National Guard is rolling in military equipment into Chicago. And NASA is saying that they have found evidence of potential ancient life on Mars. This is your daily injection of political crack. Let's go. Starting with the weapon that killed Charlie Kirk. It was found in a forest nearby inside of a box. When I saw the video of Charlie getting shot yesterday, I called it. I said 30-06. That's what it looks like to me. And it was exactly that. A lot of people are saying, oh, that's, you know, that was a 5.56 round. Nah, dude, 5.56 rounds do not do that when they hit somebody. Trust me. What's odd about this, though, is that the shooter took the weapon with him and then hid it somewhere. That screams to me not professional. I think a professional would, you know, leave the gun, take the cannoli. Really quick, as we were about to upload the show and some new news came out where it's important, we have to add this into the video. They actually have another video of this person of interest, the suspect, seen heading towards the campus. And this explains how he brought the gun in. Watch this guy. There he is on the top left. Watch closely. Look at how he walks. He's limping. You see that? So it's suspected that he had the rifle in his right pant leg. You see his right leg is not bending very much, and it just looks like he's a guy with a limp. Where would the optic go? Like, it could maybe fit up in there somehow, but it also could be in his backpack. And then we also have another video of after the shooting of him walking back. So here he is here on the middle of the screen at the top, as you can see, and it looks like he was walking just fine there. But we have another video of him walking down the same street as before. Here it is. Look, now he's walking just fine. Same guy. The FBI has released an image of the suspect. This is the guy. Now I'm wondering, does this guy have a weapon slung on his back or not? So it looks like he does not, which brings me to the conclusion that this weapon was already in position before he got there. Like, it was put there for him, or he showed up earlier and put it there. The FBI is going to be able to look at a lot of cameras and figure out what exactly went down the day or days prior to this happening. But definitely he does not have a weapon with him unless it's taken apart in a bunch of pieces in his backpack. It does look like he has some sort of bag with him, but it looks kind of small. I don't think you'd be able to fit a long rifle barrel inside of there, like the upper receiver of that thing. It's not going to fit in that backpack. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to the identification and arrest of the individuals responsible. I think they need to get those numbers up, bro. 100,000 is not enough. Donald Trump decided to speak on Charlie Kirk. I'm just going to let the man speak for himself.
Before we begin, let me express the horror and grief so many Americans at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk have felt.
Trump's
Charlie
voice
was
sounds
a
different.
giant of his generation, a champion of liberty, and an inspiration to millions and millions of people. I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The date of the ceremony will be announced, and I can only guarantee you one thing, that we will have a very big crowd.
I think Charlie deserves it. Here's a video of someone who showed up to Charlie Kirk's event, not a fan of Charlie Kirk, and after seeing him die, he celebrates. Let me just spare you the music here, and you can see this guy is the long hair. You'll see him pop up here. There he is. Look at him. Yeah. This is after he just witnessed Charlie Kirk's jugular spray almost all of his blood away, and people are carrying his body away immediately to try and save him. Here he is continuing to celebrate. So I was skeptical at first, but he celebrated for a good 20 seconds there, 25 seconds. He's been found on Twitter, and he has put out a statement because he's like worried because everyone's like coming after him now, saying that he didn't mean that, and that he, you know, he needs to explain his truth or whatever. I mean, he's on camera. We could see it right there. Big smile on his face. Yeah, celebrate. Yeah, like to a camera. What a dumbass. TMZ was live streaming themselves, put this together, and there was people heard celebrating after they found out that Charlie Kirk has passed away.
Janet, go to have somebody look at the Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
Yeah, these people exist. TMZ, backtrack says, we want to make it clear that these cheers were a reaction to a high-speed chase happening in California. This was prior to, not related to Charlie Kirk's death. Honestly, I don't buy that because, I don't know. I've never heard anyone celebrate that hard from a California high-speed chase in the middle of like the biggest story of like our decade, because this is literally Martin Luther King levels of assassination. Okay, this is going to be a big deal for many decades to come. I'm not buying it personally. You guys make up your own mind. I don't buy it. Brett Gutfield just went off about Charlie Kirk being shot and even dropped an F-bomb live on Fox.
It's really hard to radicalize Republicans.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're not the radical type. But if you thought that you were going to shut a movement down,
nah, it's only
you're going to get a rude awakening. You woke us the fuck up.
I completely agree with this man. Things are going to get crazy from here on out. This will definitely radicalize a lot of righties. I know lefties are going to think you're already radicalized. Bro, righties are not murdering lefties at public events. During a vigil for Charlie Kirk last night, there was somebody that rode their little scooter or bike and they're shouting horrible things, mocking the death of Charlie Kirk in the middle of a peaceful vigil, candlelight vigil, and then they beat the shit out of him. We can't show that part, but you know, you can use your imagination. We're gonna have to do some blurring, you know. They're swarming up on him. Oh yeah. Well, a big swing was taken. The guy was put in a headlock. Now he's being put on the ground. He's getting kneed and kicked and punched. Yeah, no, there are people just beating the crap out of this guy. I think that if people truly feel like happy about Charlie Kirk, shut the fuck up Friday. Like, honestly, you just keep that to yourself. It's not a good idea to vocalize that right now. And I'm going to show you why. So here's this guy. He says he supports Charlie's killer and he did us a favor and he would have done it himself, which I don't believe.
What is that?
Fuck Charlie Kirk.
You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
On the day he died, you're here at a vigil for Charlie Kirk and you support his death.
Do you support a Nazi?
No, I don't support a Nazi. Charlie Kirk wasn't a Nazi.
Yes,
You support his shooter?
Yep, sure do. Freedom.
You support Charlie Kirk's shooter?
Sure do. He did us all a favor.
Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would have killed him myself.
You would have killed him yourself.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go into this crowd over here and say these things. He's safely on the outside of the crowd saying these things quietly with his little fucking hoarse voice. But yeah, look at this crowd. Go into that crowd and say these things. Here's another person. Like, it was wild. Like, there's so many people coming in and antagonizing. You're seeing like the true colors of many people. I'm not saying everyone on the left is like this. There's plenty of people on the left that are saying like, this is disgusting behavior from our own people. Like, you guys need to stop. There's plenty of people calling this out on the left. To give them credit.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. Who's up next?
What a fucking loser. In the past 24 hours, it's definitely hundreds. It could be thousands of people have been fired for saying horrible things online, and the companies want nothing to do with these people. So this guy, you know, he says, why are y'all sad? Your man said it was worth it. He's the football communications coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. Fired. Libs of TikTok, you know, not my favorite person on the right, because also just a big like instigator causing divide, you know, on a war path. I just don't think that's good. Literally tweeted, this means war. This is war yesterday. Is now spending all of her time trying to get people fired, which, hey, you know what? I don't like her that much, because I think she's just a big problem causer and is not helping things, you know, but it's hard to feel bad for these people when, you know, JK rolling next, JK rolling next. I hope they shoot Ben Shapiro, Matt Walsh next, please. All these people, so all getting exposed by Libs of TikTok. There's baggage with everything, you know. Libs of TikTok comes with baggage, but sometimes there's something that, you know, makes me feel a lot better about things. I hope the FBI investigates each and every one of these people, to be honest, because this is what caused it. Oh, we all know it. We know that this type of rhetoric is what caused it. These people saying these things, oh my God, do Trump next, please, let's make sure we succeed this time. You know, Libs of TikTok next. Of course she's upset because they're calling for her fucking death. Not the best representation of the right, in my opinion, but my God, if they're calling for her death and literally Charlie Kirk just got shot in the fucking neck, do your thing, girl. Nicole Gallagher, Kiner, a public DA in Montana, reportedly made multiple posts attacking Charlie Kirk after he was assassinated and claimed he just deserved to die. Charlie Kirk was arrogant enough to overlook the flaw in his thinking. If shooting deaths are an acceptable sacrifice to keep our Second Amendment rights, he overlooked the fact that this meant his death was also acceptable. His arrogance kept him from realizing that. That's not to say I believe he should have been killed. Yeah, you do. You see, this is the ending. No, you're happy that it happened. She's fired. Governor Ron DeSantis administration and Florida Department of Education announced investigations into every teacher who celebrates Charlie Kirk's death and threatens govern yourselves accordingly. Now, I don't blame South Park one bit for this, but they have... People are saying South Park removes episode mocking Charlie Kirk and MAGA influencers from cable after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Charlie Kirk even said that he thought that that episode was funny. I watched it. It was funny. I really liked the Charlie Kirk segment. They literally just used his words word for word. You know, I thought that was hilarious. But the thing is, they're not removing the episode. They are just, they're not going to air the reruns anymore. The episode stays. They're just not doing reruns. And I have a feeling they're probably not going to do a Charlie Kirk character going forward with Cartman. I think if they had an episode that was almost done, that one's been scrapped. And friendly reminder, all this happened on September 10th. Today is September 11th. Hardly anybody's talking about September 11th. I want everyone to remember September 11th, 2001. Today is a day we need to honor this, you know, the lives that were taken during this attack. Honestly, this moment in history completely changed our country that we're still living in to this day. Wild stuff, but like the Charlie Kirk thing is completely overshadowed 9/11. I don't think I've ever seen 9/11 get overshadowed by a different news topic. My final point on the Charlie Kirk thing before we move on is that this is just the beginning. I think things are going to get worse. I think we're going to see more political violence from both sides going forward. Do I think that we're going to enter a like civil war or something like that? I've been seeing a lot of people talking about that. I don't think so. But I do think that things are going to get a whole lot worse. And I think that we're going to start seeing a lot of these political public speakers doing their thing behind bulletproof glass. And we have a few more bits and pieces of news. There's a woman who shot her neighbor in the face with a flare gun. They're in like a elderly home or something. I thought it was pretty funny. Something went down. We can't really show the injury on this guy's face, but he has a big bloody burnt spot on his cheek. Feels bad for the guy. And then he went and, you know, headlocked her down to the ground. Then we have some, you know, I'm not a climate denier person. I do believe in the climate, you know, changing on its own. And because of humans, you know, doing our thing on the planet, definitely climate is changing. But these people, these climate activists have taken over the lobby of CBS, New York City office, blocking access to escalators and elevators. They're claiming CBS is siding with Trump. Yeah, it's just pretty funny to see, like, they don't even know who to protest anymore. The National Guard is heading into Chicago. They are trucking in a lot of heavy equipment, as you can see. This is no joke. No matter what has been going down, this is continuing forward, as we can see. After a year of scientific scrutiny, a rock sample collected by the Perseverance rover has been confirmed to contain a potential biosignature. The sample is the best candidate so far to provide evidence of ancient microbial life on Mars. I've been hearing this every year for many years. Like, oh, there's signs of life on Mars or on other planets, but you know, every year they say something like this and then they find out that it's not true. Do I think that it's possible that there's, you know, ancient microbial life on Mars, or there was? Yeah, I think it's totally possible. And we have a little update on the Banksy artwork. So the government in England decided to have somebody, they blocked it off and then they had somebody scrubbing it to try and get rid of it. I think that Banksy thought of this ahead of time and he used a type of ink or stain or whatever on this brick that they're not going to be able to get out. Here's what it looks like after they scrub the shit out of it. It almost looks better, right? it's still it's the same picture, bro. It's not gone. And finally, nobody was in this boat, nobody was hurt, but the Coast Guard has you know, smoked another Coke boat. Look at that. They found a bunch of Coke in there and they are lighting it up and they're gonna sink this. It's on. That looks fun. Yeah, bro, I would love to be the guy that gets to do that if I'm in the Coast Guard. That looks fun as hell. Hell yeah, bro. Yeehaw! I gotta go. See ya.